we are headed to the sand dunes in Colorado. I think it's the Great Sand Dunes National Park, and we're gonna go do some sand sledding. So let's hit the road. We'll get there in about 3 hours from where we are now. We're gonna have some fun.
Hey everybody, Amanda's driving. I had to make that clear because apparently we haven't recorded enough in the 300 miles.
You just tell them what we're doing.
So we are headed to the Great Sand Dunes National Park. Got to our campsite. We're staying at the KOA Journey. It's about a 30-minute drive, but realistically it's 9 miles before the turn to Great Sand Dunes, the road that leads to Great Sand Dunes National Park. It just takes a little bit of a drive to get there. And so yeah, we let it cool down a little bit. It was like 93 degrees, and we didn't want to go play on hot sand, so we're letting it cool down. We rested. We're gonna hopefully get some astrophotography tonight, but for now, we're just gonna enjoy the view and kind of scope it out and see what's up.
Cut!
So as we're walking up to the dunes, I will say this, they are much bigger than you would think initially, because these are people in front of us. Check this out. Folks are coming to the sand dunes at sunset. This. It's about 1 something in the morning. We have hiked up to part of the dunes and we're taking some pictures. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit creepy at night. Part of that is because
Other than a little bit of wind, you can't really hear anything, so it's a little bit spooky, but we're getting a couple of good photos so far. Way back, we found a friend, an abandoned sled, so we're gonna take it back with us, make sure it gets back safe. There are all sorts of cool critters out here. This is what I call desert truth.
7 hours later.
Good morning, everybody. So we are up early. We only got 5 hours of sleep last night, but it was totally worth it because we got some excellent photos doing our astrophotography. Very cool experience, but I'm not gonna lie, there were parts where it was a little bit spooky. The animals is what made it spooky, and that weird, like, deafening silence where you can't really hear anything except yourself moving and yourself breathing. We had a very tragic experience with coyotes about a year ago when we went to Fort Griffin State Park in Texas. Also doing astrophotography, and all I'm gonna say is that it was a pretty terrifying experience. So when I heard coyotes last night, I did get a little bit scared, and we did wrap things up a little bit quicker than anticipated. But we saw some cool insects. We heard ground owls, heard terrifying coyotes, but we got some excellent pictures. So now it is time to go back into the park for a third time on this adventure.
Yep.
And actually go sand sledding today.
Yeah, and to give you the backstory behind the traumatic experience, we were doing some astrophotography, and the coyotes in that part of Texas are crossbred with red wolves, and so they do form packs to an extent.
And they're a little bit bigger and scarier looking. Beautiful,
Yep.
but scarier.
We were taking photos. Next thing we heard two coyotes fighting. Shined our light because we were just checking around us because it's really dark, and there was no eyes that we could see. And then we shined our light after that sound, and there was like 30 sets of eyes.
It was time to go.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting moment. But yeah, we're gonna go to the visitor center. We're gonna check that out, and we're gonna get ourselves some sand boards and sleds, and hit the dunes, hit the beach.
Yeah, hit the beach. Let's go. Quick tip that might save you some time when you come here. We did not know it, but the sandboards and sand sled rentals are not actually at the visitor center in the park. So we actually literally just entered after sitting in traffic for several minutes, and now we have to go back down the road 3 miles to go to the facility where they actually rent out the boards. But we are patient, that is okay. But if you come here, please make sure that you stop at, I think it's the lodge where it was a few miles back. We'll show you where it is. Stop and get your boards first. The boards at this place called the Oasis. It is right before you actually get to the official national park sign. Throw in a quick little clip of what it looks like. We are good to go. We'll probably have to wait in line just for a few minutes, but that is okay. We have all day to play in sand. You can do it, baby. Is it hard? Yeah!
Just as I was ready to get up here, I don't want to go down yet. Yeah, I just did that. So we have to go wherever the last one was, so I beat you. That is a steep hill.
That is steep.
Worth the hike once.
Yep, just one time.
We're gonna
Make it
keep
count.
we're gonna keep heading down. Still got sand falling out my shorts. Last slide of the of the morning at least.
At least last big one. We might do one tiny one.
One tiny one at the end. All right.
Let's go down on burning. I'm going sideways. Ah!
Well, weight matters.
Go, baby, go! Do I have sand on my feet?
Yeah. All right, so we're heading back. Couple of notes. Tennis shoes would be preferred over sandals unless you come early in the morning or late in the evening.
It is burning hot. If you have little ones with you, it's going to hurt their feet. And if you have dogs, please stay closer to where the entrance is, where the water is, because it will probably damage their paws.
Yeah. Lots of water. We have a camelback full of water and sunscreen.
And if you're normal and burn like I do, bring a hat.
Normal.
Yeah.
Very well. All right, well, we're gonna hike back to the car and go get some lunch.
And welcome to one of our last days of our trip. We are leaving Colorado right now. Beautiful mountains, lovely sand dunes, but it's time to head to Amarillo, Texas for our real last day of our vacation. Today is a little bit spontaneous, I would say. Spontaneous, as the big ones say. We don't 100% have a plan. We are going back to a campground, the very first campground that we stayed at the beginning of our month-long trip, but we kind of left it open to see if we needed rest or if we could find something really cool to do. So we'll let you know what we decide to do. Oh God, yeah! Don't let us slip the creek.
We got lucky with our last day of travel. There was very little traffic on the roads, and we ultimately ended up making it all the way back to our home base of operations in Texas. It was an amazing summer vacation.